vision drives the business. And at the end of the day, whatever you achieve is driven by the vision that you have. My name is Adeyinka Adeyemi. I'm the founder and managing director of Intermarc Consulting. Intermarc is a consulting firm in the digital transformation space in Nigeria and in Africa. We have been in existence for 25 years. But permit me to just tell you a bit about myself in today's session, and then a bit about the organization that I lead, and what I think are the 5 leadership lessons that I like to put out there for discerning entrepreneurs, especially young people that are just starting out in entrepreneurship journey. I sit on the board of Intermarc Consulting as managing director and founder. I also sit on the boards of 6 other companies from where I have gained very valuable insights into business. I'm also a doctor of business administration from the University of Lagos. And I've had over 35 years of experience working in finance as banking and working in the fintech space in Nigeria and in some other countries around the world. So these lessons that I'm going to be putting out there is also from my experience running Intermarc Consulting in the last 5 years. Number 1 lesson is vision. Vision is a necessary, if you like, ingredient for a successful business, because vision drives the business. And at the end of the day, whatever you achieve is driven by the vision that you have. Today, I see that in running businesses, people go into those businesses not basically because there's a vision, but because they feel there's financial gain. But vision has to be clear, has to be crafted, has to be long-term, and that's really what sustains you, is the need to continue to pursue that business irrespective of what happens along that journey. So that's number 1 that I like to talk about. Number 2 is resilience. Grit is important in business. The journey may not be smooth. There definitely will be seasons, like with anything in life. There'll be seasons, and it's basically your staying power that determines how you make progress at the end of the day. So you have to be resilient, and resilience determines your depth. It determines your capacity to hold on to that vision and to ensure that nothing goes wrong when it comes to your mandate. The other thing that is also clear, number 3, will be relationships. You need to have strategic relationships. Once you craft your vision, you must identify who the stakeholders are in that journey, within the scope of that vision. And once you understand your stakeholders, then you invest in building strong and viable relationships with the stakeholder groups or community and individual organizations, basically. It might also be specific persons of repute, of note, that you need to build strong connections with. And that really is very key in sustaining the business long term. Because when everything else fails, there's a go-to place or a go-to person or a go-to organization that can give you the opportunity to bounce back. The other thing that I like to talk about would therefore be integrity. Integrity is key. I think that's number 4. Integrity is key in business because integrity speaks to your character. In today's world, people are looking for, businesses as well, looking for people of integrity to work with. So the integrity of the entrepreneur reflects on the business. Your business cannot be, separated truly from your personality. So once you start a business, people are looking at you in terms of the sort of leadership that you bring to that business. And then on that basis, they decide what sort of relationship they want to build with you. And I therefore think that integrity is therefore very important when it comes to building a business sustainably. The final lesson that I've learned is people. Of course, people are a key part of the business, and people really is the oil that wheels the business. And therefore, business people need to have empathy with respect to the people, and you need to understand where people are coming from. I learned this the hard way in my business, to say, okay, you have a vision. Maybe people don't understand fully what that vision is. Maybe they don't fully understand the journey that you're undertaking to fulfill that vision. Maybe they don't even understand the investment you have made in building relationships with your stakeholders. And of course, as new people come in and old people become established within the system and move on with their lives, you need to consistently ensure that there's, a common ground between your people and the value system or the vision of the organization.